streaming, start recording, this. Great, and now it says, there we go. Okay. Sure that the chat's working. It is. Okay. We're good.
Boo.
We're on the wrong side again, aren't we?
Yeah.
Shit.
Whatever.
Go.
Timer might be slightly off, but I don't care. Now I just need to minimize it.
I feel like the timer really matters. It's not like we're going for a speed run.
Well, no, it's just more for me, knowing how long this takes. Whoa.
What?
The sensitivity when aiming down sights is awful. When you have lower sensitivity.
Just up the multiplier. Easy.
Yeah, it does probably exist.
Actually, it might not with World at War. You never know.
But no, Plutonium has all the extra settings.
Doesn't have controller vibration though. What's
I'm
up
not
with that?
seeing any multiplier for... I don't know, man. Be glad that it even has controller support in the first place.
Dude, like 100% of players that were playing World at War back in the day were on controller.
Yeah,
PC
but
didn't
I...
exist back then. Therefore, the only people that are playing this had nostalgia for it.
Well,
I
I mean, you know, I think COD was originally out on PC first.
It was like
no,
PlayStation 1,
no.
PlayStation
The
2.
original COD was only on PC.
I really don't think so. The original COD that came out in like 2002.
Call of Duty is a 2003 first-person shooter developed by Infinity Ward published by Activision. It is the first installment of the Call of Duty franchise released on October 29, 2003 from Microsoft Windows.
Bullcrap.
Yeah. A lot of Call of Duty players think that it's an origination on the console, but nope, it's a PC game. Well,
Dude, nobody played it on PC.
I'm just saying, you know, the facts. The original one was a PC game first.
Yeah, but when it
I'm not sure when
it
it
was Xbox
released
360.
console, but you know, somewhere along the line.
I remember that Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty 2 Big Red was out on
I can't
Xbox
dolphin
360.
dive, by the way. I thought this
Yeah, no,
game had
World at
dolphin
War
diving.
never had it.
No, okay.
That started in Black Ops 1.
Okay.
Then MW2 didn't have it, Black Ops 2 had it, MW3 again didn't have it, and then Ghost had the slide, and then I think every other thing had slide until World War 2, which had the dolphin. And I couldn't tell you after that. I think Modern Warfare slide.
Man, what they did
Cold
to
War had the slide.
World War II, man.
World War 2 was trash.
I can't believe I got scammed into buying what was that one COD that we bought that they were like they're saying that they were going back to zombies like original form, you know. What was that one? Cuz it actually brought back like perks. Well, I'd know if I actually looked. It's like the only Call of Duty in my my library aside from these ones.
The only one I could think of would be World War 2, but that was
No.
Black Ops 4 then.
We
But that
played
didn't have
it.
the original perks.
No, because it also had the extraction mode zombies.
Oh, Cold War.
Dead this time.
Yeah. We both got that.
Yep, I got it on my PlayStation.
I've got a nuke here.
I don't think it gives points yet, does it? Or is that every call, or is that every zombies map aside from?
I don't know. Let's
Oh,
see.
might as well grab it.
Oh, we
I guess
do.
we do get points.
Ew. I don't like that. I don't like the voice.
The original announcer,
Yeah.
the OG.
It's been so long since I've even played Veruckt.
I know that there's like a strategy with these two traps. The one here, and then the one over.
Hey man, we were wayfinders on Noct. We don't need to abide by any strategy.
Are we still second place or something?
No. No.
Who's
Was-
playing Noct, bro? Who
I
knocked
don't
us
know.
down?
I'll have to see, but I know that we don't hold the world record anymore. In
I
fact,
know that we don't
the-
hold the world record, but the fact that we're not even second is prime. Like, who knocked us down that many packs?
I'll tell you when I get a second. Oh yeah, I forgot this map is super buggy down there, isn't it? All their pathfinding is garbage. Oh wow, I got windmilled. Oops. Oopsie. Actually use
Is
this time to...
the thing where you're allowed to switch weapons while reviving somebody, is that a legal thing or no?
I don't know. I wouldn't do it though.
Yeah, to be safe, I won't do it, but...
You didn't do it there, did you?
No. It just prompted me to ask because nobody had gone down yet.
Let me, I'm gonna check that. Who knocked us down? That was, what, 2-player knocked?
Yep. Player Veruckt. Oh yeah, knocked, yes. Oh wait, did we set the world record with 3 players with Shane?
No.
I kinda forget.
It was... No. We are 15th. We were
Seriously?
knocked down very far.
That was just a year or so ago, wasn't it? Like, who the heck is playing Knocked? Who's pushing the world
we
record?
we are 4th place for 3 players. Yeah. We're 4th for 3 players, 15th for 2 players. The current world record holders are Recile, Recile, and El Camanito or something. 2nd place is Krups and Player 2. And then 3rd
Krups,
place
really?
is
I recognize that
Jim
name.
4495 and Insta Killer.
Oh yeah, I recognize those names too. I got Velcroed on him.
So
Yeah, I actually
yeah,
I
you know,
recognize
it's,
Krups. He does history of world record.
yeah, I
holders,
also.
and
Do you want me to buy this?
yeah, might as well. And then
I also know
recognize Jim 49,
Insta
43.
Killer.
Insta Killer, yep, I recognize that name as well.
Now you're talking.
Do you get the Grahur from the box?
No, I got the bar. I've had the Grahur.
Oh, I was about to say, did I just buy that and not spend points? What the heck? It waits until after you drink it to spend the points. That's really weird. So what? That makes me wonder. Like, what if you go down while drinking it? Because it doesn't.
I don't
spend
know.
the
There
points
there
until-
is something in the rules about perk animation canceling and it being allowed as long as you
What?
show one perk animation fully. But I don't know how to do it, and I also don't really care.
Yeah, I don't really care either, but I didn't even do anything. I was just drinking it, and I didn't take it away until.
Well, yeah. I'm
after
guessing. I'm guessing that's why there's a rule about it. I'm guessing you can cancel it taking the points. I guess I don't know how
Why would that
to,
be
and I also
allowed?
don't care. I don't know.
Weird.
Need 300 points.
We need to figure out a place to either train or hold out.
Well, I'm
Because
guessing it's gonna be
know-
training with the traps.
Well,
And then
I
one person
actually,
holds
if I
out.
remember properly, it was camping here and then using these two traps, which makes you pretty much invincible. Because the only way you have to remember it, or the only thing you have to watch is this trap look, or is this window location. But that might just be solo. I don't know about 2-player.
I know that there's a
Actually, I
lot of
think-
2-player stuff downstairs in one of the rooms. It's the room next to Speed Cola.
With the Thompson,
yeah, not Speed Cola. Quick Revive with the water coming down. I know that
Yeah.
training in there is a possibility. I don't know what doors we are and aren't supposed to open for that, but
I think we go down there through the power room. Like the room that opens after we open power.
are there only the 4 perks in this map?
Yep. Okay, so I just opened the door next to Quick Revive, and I'm pretty sure this is definitely the room that you were talking about, but I'm pretty sure we don't open the staircase room. Because you can definitely train down here.
I'm nearly out.
Yeah, and then there's a Thompson wall by. It's just like a weaker version of the one on Knock.
Ready for some point-blank pain?
There is also a there's a category for maps, not maps, Dear Reese with the Wonder WaW fix. So
What do you?
Well- no, it's like using a plutonium mod to fix a Wonder WaF.
Oh.
And I'm
Yeah,
guessing
so
by
like-
fix it means not losing Juggernaut.
Yeah. God, I can't believe they did that. They're just like, here's a. I mean, it was introduced on World or in Shino Numa, but it's just like, yeah, here you have a wonder weapon that'll help you get to higher rounds, but the catch is that you lose Jug, and we're not gonna fix that bug. So have fun, idiots.
Stay there. Max ammo. Go to hell. Stay there.
No.
What'd you get?
An RPG.
That's the Panzer Shrek.
Yeah.
Show us some respect, bruv.
Worse than the car, or not the car, the I don't know what the name of that weapon is. Nah, I can't remember. like the worst version of the car, and does no damage, and is
The
literally
Springfield?
yeah, that thing.
You can actually buy that on the wall too. In this map.
Whoa, what the heck am I? There's no.
Yo, look at this. Look at this poster for quick revive.
Bro,
That's probably like a dev or something.
whose face is that, bro?
I always thought the posters in this map were so stupid. Wow, I'm alive. Revives. It's so stupid. Like, try some intern who's getting paid like $10 a day, man.
Max ammo.
This map was pretty innovative. It introduced traps, perks, and power and the mystery box roaming feature. All that in the first map. That's kind of crazy.
Okay,
I think
but why can we hear people screaming? What's up with that?
Because it's an asylum.
Well, yeah, but everyone.
Ghosts and stuff.
I mean, I guess ghosts aren't too far off for this this series.
Dude, I just got the flamethrower. OP.
I don't know,
Don't touch this
man.
nothing.
We didn't use it in not.
Oh god, why
You
is
know,
it so fast?
I'm pretty sure we're the only people in like that entire top 30 or whatever, or the top, or you know, when we got our world record. I'm pretty sure we're the only people that didn't use the flamethrower.
Because we're not posing. The box literally spawned right outside of the power room.
Oh, that's kind of funny. How many box locations are even on this map? I feel it's like 5
Quite
at
a
the
few,
most.
actually.
Really?
There's more than you'd think. But
Well,
they're
yeah,
just-
but
very
they're all right
close
next
together.
to each other because the
Yeah.
map isn't that big.
I actually am gonna go down here for the stupid
Yeah.
flamethrower. That's why I don't like using the flamethrower. It's really not that good. People just like to use it because it's infinite ammo and therefore technically infinite damage.
I actually don't know if I'll be able to pick you up.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no, that's the
357.
last one. Okay.
That was too freaking close.
Wait, your secondary weapon is the 357? Are you kidding me?
I was trying to get some points, man.
Points?
Fucking G.
That thing is like a 357 Magnum is like one of the worst point guns in the game.
Exactly, that's why I wasn't using it. What the what? That thing just instant
Oh my god, I got the
double swipe.
I got the M1 Grand. Thanks, bro. Were you reloading?
I was actually.
Bro, the way that you leaned when you got picked up.
I had to reload. Oh my god.
Bro, there's a lot of Velcroing in this. I feel like it's a lot more than it was in Knocked.
I'm gonna go down again. Wow. Yeah, this map is so unforgiving. I had to reload and it's just like, nope, you're gonna go down. It gets exponentially harder. Like, what the?
I have 10 bullets. Gonna have to buy the STG. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna be able to pick you up.
Sad. Look at you hoarding all these points like a capitalist pig.
I was using the box.
Boo.
I also don't know where is Speed Cola on this map.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
well,
it back here?
you'd have to open the door next to power, because this door you don't want to open.
Wow. You see how fast they two hit me there? What's up with that?
Because the zombies in this map are on crack. I don't know why it's just this map. They have a unique running style. They hit. I feel like they hit faster than other zombies. But yeah, I think it's this room. You might have to. Yeah, you have to open that next.
Not gonna have enough.
I don't even spawn with 1500, bro. This map is unforgivable. It's
You
just
want to
like,
know what my
oh,
second gun is right now?
No.
M1 Grand.
Well, you know what my primary gun is?
Yeah, well,
The
maybe you,
43.
you shouldn't have died.
I couldn't even buy a Thompson because it didn't even spawn me in with 1500, man. Like, come on, man.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Chill, bro.
Head! He was running at me without a head,
I'm
man.
dead.
Like, come
I'm gonna
on.
die.
Yo, you can't die, dude. I have a Grahur 43.
I'm training at Speed Cola. I've got a max ammo.
Blow you back to hell.
Yo, there's so many. What the heck?
You know what?
Okay,
The
I'm
Speed
training.
Cola place isn't that bad of a training location, I don't think.
No.
I mean, I could be, you know, terribly wrong once we actually start getting more zombies, but seemed fine to me for now. But the only thing is, there's no good gun there. You got the, look like the double barrel shotgun in there, sawed off.
And a Thompson. I'm gonna go down because I got Velcroed, man, and I don't get points for blowing up those zombies. If I have to die, just let me die. You just have like 15 crawlers coming after you at a snail's pace. I was just trying to get points to get the stupid Thompson, man. But yeah, then I got Velcroed in, and it's just like, oh, you're trying to get across?
Can't even
missed the
jump
part
over
where
the
that's my
stupid
fault.
crawlers, bro. What the heck?
I threw a nade, and that's how I got rid from dying.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Like, what am I supposed to buy with? Do I just?
The
I'm gonna
box?
take my chances and roll the box. I'm gonna need you to protect. I'm gonna get the bear though.
Nah, you're fine. You're gonna get the ray gun.
Panzer Shrek. PPSH. Okay, okay.
Hey man, we used to run only that in the... Well, I used to run only that in Warzone. I don't know if it's as
I got
good here as
Velcroed in
it,
again, by the way.
as it was in Warzone.
Okay. I survived that time, but
Yeah, you might want to get Juggernaut.
Jug?
You know, I'm not a
Juggernaut.
professional or anything, but I think Juggernaut might help you in your survival quest.
you remind me of the COD Zombies mobile tutorial.
Does it actually tell you to like, hey, buy Jug?
It's not exactly like that, but it's pretty close, and it's just as like obvious and like condescending about it,
On me.
which is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, just don't open the Speed Cola door here. Okay, good.
You think I'm a noob? Think I'd ever open that?
You have 4 downs.
Yo, these zombies are on crack, man. Wait, are knife kills only worth 60 points?
I don't
I
know.
was knifing there, it's only giving me 60.
Well, I got the flamethrower now. Bait.
OP.
Yeah, so isn't there the Bowie knife on this map too?
No, that came with the Reese.
Yeah, this stupid... If there was a good gun back here, this wouldn't be too bad to train, but it's just a sawed off.
Trying with the sawed off, bro. That's OP.
Yeah, when they have 9 billion health at, you know, level 30, it's gonna be doing a lot of damage.
It's capped at 24 zombies per round, though. I mean, at least that's
No, that's on solo.
I've
been killing more than 24... I've been killing more than 24 per round. Yeah, that's why the solo record is like, yeah, is in the thousands.
On Shino Numa, at least, I know.
Yeah, it's in the thousands on this as well.
Because at that point, it's just like raw.
Do you know if the if double
It is
tap
only
works on the
60%.
flamethrower?
No, I highly doubt it. Bro. How would that even work, man?
I don't know. It shoots faster. It'd be cool if, you know, like double tap too, if it just made your shots 2 times as efficient, so you can hold it down for twice as long.
Yeah, but they weren't thinking about that.
No, they weren't.
You
So
gotta remember that
I'm out of
zombies-
ammo, by the way.
Yo, you gotta get out of here, man. What the hell?
I've got a flamethrower, man. I need a gun.
You have infinite ammo. What are you talking about? I'm out of ammo. That's ammo.
Yeah,
right
okay,
there.
but look, you can train there, and I can literally. This place was literally made for somebody to camp back here.
Are you saying that this is the new Veruckt strat? it's just knocked with extra steps.
Yeah. So you train out there, and then I get the ray gun and sit back here. Look at even the
You
Tommy
do
buy
have a
is right
window
next to
there that You
here.
have to worry about. You have this window right here. They will come for you immediately.
Yeah, but there was 2 like that in Noct. This is easier. Because look, I got the Tommy buy here. Yeah. This is huge. This is huge. We just don't buy these stairs. Yeah, okay.
Strat confirmed.
Yep. This is easier. I'd say that this is easier than... Look, they're even ignoring this window. I should probably get quick revive though, huh?
What are you trying to say?
You're the trainer here, and if I'm sitting back, then I could probably have quick revive. All I'm trying to say.
Back in the dirt.
Look at that! Even if I'm sitting here, those zombies that you're training over there don't even come over here. Can they hit through the? They can hit through the window on this map, yeah.
They can.
Okay, so you can't just sit there rebuilding it like you can on Noct.
Nope. Oh my god, how am I alive?
I shot at them and that canceled their aggro
They're
on you.
autos?
Yeah. They're autos, bro.
I mean, it is. Come on. Alright, go get quick revive.
I hate when the zombies auto attack me.
I mean, their special attack is like their windmill attack, you know?
Yeah. That's their auto reset.
It kind of is on this map, anyways.
Hell yeah. That hurt.
I'm pretty sure you can still abuse their AI to infinitely rebuild the window. If you
move out of the way.
if you just move, because they can't tear down the window
Let's just
while
save a
they're
zombie, so that way we can get our.
while
perks and
they're
stuff.
still spawning outside. You mean so that way you can get your perks? I'm full.
Is that the last one?
Seems like it.
Then at least get double tap and speed. You should also get bouncing betties as well. You can just stock that corner full of betties.
Don't they-
just by double tap?
Do they kill me?
No,
No.
no, they don't. Also, this light is like glitching. It's like down on my screen by Speed Cola. What the
Yeah, so I think the one problem with this strat here is that the reason why they were able to do it so fast was because they were using traps. So
Yeah.
obviously right now it doesn't matter, but later it might. Are you good? Can I kill the zombie?
Yeah, you're good.
Go to hell and stay there.
Well, we're
Let's see
halfway
here, do
there.
I get my... yeah. There we go.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa.
You're gonna get me copyright struck, bro.
No, it's a cover.
Yeah, they
Protected
don't
under
care.
fair use.
They don't care.
Dude, double tap is crazy with the time.
Yeah, if only it didn't take 2 times your bullets.
It doesn't.
Well, I mean... You know what I
If
mean.
if you know when to let off of your... Oh god, there's someone with the heck.
Well, yeah, but... You're... Oh, well, there go my buddies. Oops. I didn't know I put them so close.
Okay. I literally got Velcro.
I'm dead.
Get back in the dirt.
I literally got Velcroed into them, bro. Like, what the heck? I forgot that I'm playing World at War. Alright, we got 15 on our first try. That's not terrible. That's probably gotta be like top 20. Right? Top 20?
Shit. No
I
power.
don't have it open. Let's see here. What do we get? 15?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, we are currently 16th place.
Easy. See, look at that. Easy top 20. Obviously, that just means that people weren't submitting it because why would you?
Yeah.
But still. Technically top 20. Top 20 in the whole world in a game that's, you know, like 15 years old. That's technically that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Go to hell and stay there.
How do you feel about Nazi ideals?
What do you expect me to say?
I just need to know what you're thinking about it.
Well, the obvious what I'm thinking exactly what you think I'm thinking. The Nazis were obviously bad. In fact, I'd say they're multiple steps above bad.
Are you saying that they're actively destructive?
Well, yeah, you know, they were the start of World War II, so
From a Western point of view, you know.
I don't think, you know, the whole idea that, like, Jews control the banks, you know, whatever the hatred was against Jews to make them target them was exactly a Western idea.
Well, it's funny because Germany is a Western European state.
Okay, yeah, but you mean, like, Western...
No, Western traditionally just means like Western Western Hemisphere as a whole, honestly.
Yeah.
Excluding South and Central America because apparently they're just never a part of the conversation because, you know, American exceptionalism.
Nah, the only country that exists is the United States. That's
True,
why we're
yeah,
called
that seems-
America.
Yeah.
I mean, oh no, I bought the stupid car. Oh my god. What a
From the
waste of
restart?
money. Yep. I'm already not money efficient. No, I was gonna say, like, there's a whole, you know, North and South America, but the US is just called America. We are just America, so.
When did I buy the car? Why do I have the car?
That's what I bought it because it wasn't an outline.
Did I just buy it without even
I
thinking?
think you bought it instinctively. The entire reason I bought it was because like there's no way that he'd buy the car, so this gotta be the Grahur, right? Because it wasn't an outline.
Well, I know I didn't buy the car last game because it's
Yeah.
technically it's money efficient because you make your money back very quickly. One shot, two shot, and a knife.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's not a worthwhile gun.
No, it's very short term.
Yeah, and I'm thinking long-term investment, like Bitcoin.
Like the Grahur.
No.
I have a max ammo here.
I mean, yeah, go ahead and grab it, I guess.
Now the Colt M1911, that's a long-term investment.
Yeah, that
The
gun
Colt M1911.
will still work today.
I think this is the only game that they have the Colt rights called the Colt M1911. They have the 1911 in Black Ops, but I don't think they ever got Colt
Should I just sell the
M1911.
car? Not sell. Should I just replace the car with the Grahur? Should I?
No, because then
Get rid of the Colt?
you're 800 in debt for secondary guns.
Imagine if when you bought a weapon off the wall, it sold your current gun, made some money back.
Capitalist zombies? Question
Yep.
mark. Your gun is an investment.
Yep.
It's a part of your portfolio.
You could, yeah, you sell your gun.
Your soldier invested in Dogecoin.
Speaking of which, what's
I
the
haven't
current
looked at
price?
it in months, man. That's a scam pumped by Elon Musk.
You should have just sold, bro.
I know.
You could have been a multi-thousandaire.
$10,000 was the maximum portfolio reach, dog. I don't ever want to think about it again.
Hey, I mean, at least when you bought the most part, anyways, it was cheap. You
I mean,
you
I
didn't.
can still sell for a profit.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like it's not gonna be 10 grand. That's the problem.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some people that bought it when it was worth the $1, or like that
80
it almost
cents.
got. Yeah. Imagine those people. You bought it when it was worth like a tenth of a penny. There are people out there that bought it when Elon pumped it and then instantly sold.
That guy should be in prison, man.
He should be in prison for multiple things that aren't just running pump and dump schemes.
Yeah, but I don't care. That guy definitely influences the market. Stock manipulation.
I think his hate speech in Twitter at this point is enough to put him in prison, but you know.
It's protected under free speech, isn't it? Hate speech is protected, isn't it, to a certain extent?
Well, yeah, to a certain extent, but I mean, once
As
it's
long as-
discriminatory, eventually at some point you're.
No. Discriminatory is protected. It's when you like actively threaten different, or like a culture or a person or a people. That's when it's illegal. But straight up like saying the N-word is not illegal.
Well, yeah,
It's
obviously.
wrong, it's stupid, and it's discriminatory, but it's not illegal.
Yo, why aren't they hitting me? Oh, they finally hit me. I was like, why aren't they hitting
What the
me?
heck? You have,
I
like,
know,
15 of them
man.
already.
Why are there so many?
Dude?
I was so confused as to why there were so many.
Elon Musk. There's a nuke. I actually went down because I got
Oh my
Velcro.
god.
I can't stand this map. It's like Nocturne Toten was bad with Velcro, but I understood it. It was decent enough to where I understood it to the point to where I could train them effectively. This map is just different. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they changed from this map from Noct, but it's different. I can't explain it. Like on Noct, you know that I was training and it was fine relatively, like whatever. I was doing fine without Jug for the most part. But then you get on this map and it's just like they hit you and then you're sucked in and you're stuck in quicksand.
Yeah, so
Dumb.
hate speech is protected until it becomes a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, speaking about this, I got into kind of like a debate argument with Jade about it, and she's like very like. I'm definitely left of center for sure.
Just
like,
hold up.
politically
You,
speaking.
dude, just remember I am currently streaming.
No, and that's fine. I have no problem with saying what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I am streaming.
I'm just too big of a fan of like freedom of speech
Mhm.
to say that like even though that my viewpoints of not being racist are objectively correct, I mean like objectively correct, that doesn't mean that just because what I have to say is something that I obviously
The
believe
problem
in.
with starting to police like hate speech is, or like speech in general, is that the government isn't going to use that to just police hate speech.
Right. So
They're going to
essentially,
use
where
that to
does it end?
police regular speech.
Exactly.
So
And we got into an argument because we were watching a show. We were watching Breaking Bad, and I don't know if you've seen that.
no.
But it takes place in New Mexico, so obviously very close to the
because
Mexican
it's
border.
a drug show. Yeah, that makes sense.
But there's this cop. He's a white cop named. His name is Hank Schrader, and he has a Mexican. He's in the DEA, and he has a Mexican partner named Gomez. I mean, which is kind of stereotypical in and of itself, but regardless, they have like a racist back and forth where they say like stereotypical things back and forth to each other. And I personally said that I think that between two consenting friends is fine because just like a stereotypical stuff, it's like whatever. Saying racist stuff in and of itself is bad and shouldn't be said. Although it is protected under the First Amendment, I don't think that it should be said like in public. I think that makes you a bad person and all this and the other. But between two friends that are just like having
Yeah,
fun
that
and
that are
teasing each
part
other,
that are part of the groups of which they,
exactly. It's not like two white guys saying like, haha, X group is bad because racist remark or stereotype. It's not that. It's in group says stereotypical thing about out group laughs and says stereotypical thing about in group. Like between two consenting adults, I think that that's perfectly fine. I think it's funny. I think that that's part of that humor. That's just like it toes the line, but like between two friends, it's like whatever. Because if something is said out of line, then you can just be like, hey, like, that's kind of messed up.
To further this, are stereotypes even racist?
Stereotypes. I mean, it
Because-
depends on the context.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
depends on the context.
Because I mean, like, saying that like something is a stereotypical name for a specific group, like, yeah, there's stats to back that up. That doesn't make it not stereotypical, but I also wouldn't call it racist.
Right.
So like,
Stereotypes aren't stereotypes. Otherwise, they would just be racist.
Yeah.
Stereotypes
stereotypes are just,
can be racist.
yeah.
It's like okay. It's like racism is often stereotypical, but stereotypes aren't necessarily racist by default. Like if there's a pattern, there tends to be a pattern, but that doesn't necessarily mean that is racist. Like stereotypes can be technically a good thing. Like women tend to be more caring. That's stereotypical of women. Is that a bad thing? No, I don't think that it is. And there's proof to back that kind of stuff up. That women tend to be more empathetic than men. Is that necessarily racist or sexist? No, I wouldn't say so. You know what I mean? So it's just like whatever. But
I wouldn't call stereotypes racist under most cases because most of the time it's just an observation of data.
Yeah, that can be true. Of course, it doesn't always mean that it's true. It's just like with everything, it needs to be taken with a grain of salt, and it depends on the context. But yeah, we got into a big thing about it, and she's just like, and I agree with her for the most part. It's just like she just has this viewpoint. I think it's just because like as a historian and as somebody that cares so much about like freedom of speech, it's just like I agree with you that saying like racist things is bad. In general, yes, racism and saying racist things is dangerous and bad. Of course it is. But it's just like that doesn't mean that I think that policing what people say or do is right. Like I can objectively say that what somebody does or says is bad, but that doesn't mean that it should be banned because like who am I to say that people can say or do something? Like I'm even though that I know that racism is bad, that doesn't necessarily mean that racists should be gagged altogether, in my opinion, because it's just like that's freedom of speech. Because like I would prefer if we lived in a society and if we lived in a country without racism, but it's just like if I were to say one thing and say that people can only
There's
say
also,
that
you know,
thing,
stuff as misinterpretation. You know, like it's a. The moment you start policing any kind of speech, it becomes very dangerous.
yeah, that's what I said. It's like that's how dictatorship starts. It's just like they start by making people agree with them and saying that like this one thing should be law because it's something that a lot of people agree with. That's how Hitler rose to power is by saying, "Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but I got Velcro." He rallied the German people around saying that a specific people, the Jews, were bad, and of course that was bad and racist and or I don't know if Jew it's not really a race, but you know what I mean. It was very stereotypical and
Culturist.
anti-Semitic. But it's just like that's how it starts. Is like is banning everybody against a group of people and silencing that person. It's just like, of course, anti-Semitism is bad, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those people should be silenced because they also have a right to freedom of speech, even if I don't agree with it. Like just because I don't agree with something doesn't mean that it shouldn't be said, because everybody deserves rights, even if they're people I don't agree with. And to her credit, she's a very kind and nice person, but it's just like she's just like I said to her and I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but I was just like, you and a racist person are like two sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, because
you,
the racists are trying to silence whatever race, you know, they hate.
yeah, and I was just like, you're trying to silence the racists, and like it's two very extremes. And while I agree with you, that doesn't necessarily mean that the people I disagree with should be silenced. And she just, I don't know if she took it out of context or if she just didn't understand or what, but it kind of started an argument. And I'm just like, I didn't know if I was if I was being misunderstood or if I was saying it wrong or whatever, but I just like.
No, it's to me that what probably happened is it sounds like to her it sounds like you're calling her racist, even though saying two sides of the same coin is literally the opposite in most cases.
Like you're the opposite side of that coin. You're not racist. You're so anti-racist that you become oppressive to other people, even if they are terrible people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
like...
for me, it's less about you know, like I'm not exactly sure how to word it, but it's more about protecting the general right of speech than it is about.
That's what I mean.
You know.
It's more about protecting speech than what is said.
Yeah, because like I'm saying, you know, like the moment that the government starts trying to control what you say, even if it starts with racism. It's not gonna stay as just banning racism. They're gonna
it's just
like
so,
Fahrenheit 451. You know, where I don't remember much of that book. I'm gonna be completely real. I'm using it as a book burning. But I'm saying like I'm not sure about like in universe. I suppose it's kind of a universe.
It's just the general concept that really matters. Like where does the censorship? The censorship starts at a decent place where I personally agree with. Like you're talking to a guy, to a historian that spent 16 weeks, a whole semester, studying the Ku Klux Klan of the 1920s. I read the entire Ku Klux Klan Constitution. I watched The Birth of a Nation, which is the Ku Klux Klan movie. I read a whole bunch of other primary source documents about the KKK. Do I agree with them? No. No part, at 0 points do I agree with them. Does that mean that I think that they deserve to be silenced?
It's
No,
important to not
because they
forget history.
exactly, and not and when you're living through history, it's not even about history, but it's about like it's about the concept. I enjoy freedom of speech, and even though I objectively or subjectively think that I'm right, I am obviously biased to that because it's me, you know. But those awful, terrible, racist people who are also Americans, and you know they live in the same country that I do, they deserve the same rights as I do because they are my countrymen, whether I like it or not. That's just the way it is. I don't have the right to police what they think or they believe because I am on the right side of history or not. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just that's kind of where it all started. Is just like, even though I agree with her, I respect the Constitution or the freedom of speech more than my own opinion. And I just don't think that she can get over that barrier. Um, and it's just like to the point to where she even called me a racist because of it. And it's just like I think that's a little short-sighted, and I got kind of upset because it's just like it's just so like obviously I'm not gonna take being called a racist lightly because like I'm not, you know, and it's just like something like that just kind of upset me because it's just like just because it's like okay, during the American Revolution, one of the founding fathers, John Adams, who was not a good president for a lot of reasons, but this is irrelevant. He defended the people that committed the Boston Massacre, right? And it's just like he defended them because the Boston Massacre was taken hugely out of context, and the Americans provoked the British to shoot them, and he defended them about it, and a lot of people called him a traitor for it. It's just like, no, I can just see the objective truth beyond what my opinion leads me to believe. And it's just like, I kind of feel the same way. It's just like, I don't agree with these awful racist people the same I don't agree with the KKK, but it's just like, that doesn't necessarily mean that they deserve to be silenced. Like, because it's just like, what if there's a government in place that agrees with me and start silencing, you know, people that I don't agree with? What happens when there's a government that doesn't agree with me and they start silencing, you know, like for example, like Black Lives Matter and stuff like that? Like, not silencing anybody is wrong. It's just like whether I agree with them or not, people deserve to have their voice heard.
Yeah, and you know, at that point, when the government decides what is and isn't racist, I think there's probably also a big problem.
Yeah, because like who decides what's right and what's wrong?
Who's saying that something is racist? Like, is there gonna be a committee of someone from every race? No, that's impossible. It's probably gonna be some rich white dudes saying what is and isn't racist, and that's just not something that should be a thing ever. Rich white people suck.
So it's just like, that's kind of like, we got into an argument about it, and it's just like, I don't think she can see the bigger picture of it, and I don't know how to like explain that to her. But I think that this is a good like teachable moment for me, and I don't think I handled it the best, because it's just like, you know, when I become a teacher, I'm gonna have people that think like her, and that I'd like to inform, like, you can have disagreements with people and not, you can strongly disagree and think that they're terrible people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have any more rights than they do, because again, that there's the same coin, a different side of the same coin of racist, right? Because they believed that they were so much better than a different race that they completely segregated themselves from them. It's just like, and that's what you want to do to like racist people. It's like, I don't see how you can, or I don't know how you can't see that you're doing the same thing to them, what they are doing to, or what they want to do to other people. It's just like, you have to live, you have to coincide with these people, and you have to, that's part of living in a democracy, is living and coinciding with people that you don't agree with. That's just part of the job. You don't have the right to silence them because you don't agree with them. I mean, that's why the South seceded, is because Abraham Lincoln was elected president. You know, like, could you imagine if we had a secession crisis every time that somebody was elected president? Like, that's not how democracy or federalism works. You have civil disagreements, you talk about it, and then you move on, and you agree to disagree, and I don't know. It's just like it just seems like everything is so polar nowadays. That it's just like if you disagree with somebody, you just it needs to end in bloodshed or something. Scary. But yeah, that was something that like caused us to have an issue for hours up until she went to bed, pretty much.
You're gonna have to pull the voice out and turn this into a podcast. We should make a podcast just
You think so?
every weekend. Yeah, because we have so many just random tangents while we're playing games. and I could easily just pull out the the voice parts. Just like every week or something, we just play some game, and then I take the voice out, turn that into a podcast, and then maybe upload the gameplay footage somewhere else. That'd be pretty funny. We're doing two videos at once.
It's like the like kids nowadays can't they can't focus without having like Subway Surfers in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, I have.
It's just like
I mean,
podcast.
you know,
Subway Surfer gameplay.
No. So, some there are podcasts, because a lot of people when they're doing podcasts, they're not just sitting there talking, they're actually doing something,
Yeah.
or like there are people out there that are like when they do their podcasts or whatever, they are they like playing a game or doing something. I have a max ammo over here.
Yeah, you can just grab it. It's fine.
I think it's easier to have casual conversation that a podcast would be while you're like playing a game or something.
Yeah, while you're doing something
like
else.
because if I'm just constantly thinking about what I'm gonna say, or like what I'm talking about, then I'm just gonna not talk as much because I'm thinking too much. Like when I'm just having a casual conversation, I'd rather not be. I'd rather just. I'm not thinking as hard. Just whatever is right off the top of my head.
Yeah, and then you can just like splice. You can just cut the pauses and upload or something if you wanted to, or just leave it. Whatever.
Yeah, most of it would just be like there are like actual podcasts out there as well that have like you can see the like face cams and whatever they're doing or
Right.
whatever, but most of the times it's also just like an icon. Somebody's icon, and those are the last two, by the way, just somebody's icon and whatever, and whenever they're talking, just like I don't know, it would just be kind of funny, I think.
Yeah, just set like a certain day and have like a few bullet point topics and then just start talking about it. And then just fill in any of the rest of the time with like stuff that happened. Talk about like the healthcare system and then boom, hour-long rant.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
speaking
we
of the
were
healthcare
we were
system-
talking about that for like 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, speaking of the healthcare system, I bought Saw X on Amazon Prime. If you ever want to watch it again, I can loan you my Amazon Prime stuff. You can watch it at It's one of my favorites, honestly. Like, just even as a movie, I think it's a good movie. It's a good Saw movie for sure. Like, definitely top of the barrel for that. Then again, there's not like many like S-tier
That's
Saw
not
movies
a
in
hard
there.
competition.
It's not a high bar to clear, but there's 10 movies in there now. I mean, there's got to be a deep. I think my rankings would go like. Ah man, it's so hard. Because I really like I really like Saw 1 and Saw 2 and then Saw X. So ranking all three of those would be kind of difficult. I think if you were to ask me right now, I'd say Saw X, Saw 2, Saw 1. And then Saw 3, Saw 6.
I don't even know enough about the other movies to rank them.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't even watched them.
I
The
think
the
right
funny
now
thing
it's
is,
my favorite
I've
series.
watched videos about them, but I haven't watched them. Like, I think I think that's when that's when you failed as a movie maker.
When
What?
you'd rather watch like other people talk about it.
Yeah. You know, because like those people have opinions that I mean, I'm not gonna say that I exactly care about the opinions, but I care about them more than I care about the movie, and it's just something to watch.
Yeah. The
I'm
middle
actually gonna
movies
go
are
by.
pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like 4, 5, and 6 are pretty. Most people agree that those are like the worst of the series. I think right now, and I don't. This could change because I really liked like Friday the 13th and stuff growing up. I think Saw is my favorite horror franchise, and because horror is my favorite genre, I think by default it has to be like my favorite franchise right now. At least franchise that I think about the most. So I have a pretty decent concept on the movies, but like I fault zero people if they don't care about it or if they don't follow the movies themselves, because a lot of them are really terrible and aren't very fun to. Oh God, I got Velcroed in. I'm gonna go down.
Am I not bleeding on me?
Yeah, I think I might just die.
I didn't know that there was a little thing there that prevents you from walking. Yeah, I don't think I can save you.
No, that's fine. I didn't have anything that's with it.
Oh, trying to get around him. Unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I don't fault anybody for not paying attention to the Saw, especially because 1 through 7 is just like a huge soap opera. Like, you have to follow every movie from 1 through 7 to get the full picture of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, aside from dedicated fans, who's gonna pay attention to that? You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not that compelling of a story to where you're gonna bring in a whole bunch of new people or people that like aren't already fans.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like,
Hey, I mean, the FNAF movie did very well, and
yeah, but that's
the only people that liked it were the dedicated fans. But it also made so much more than its budget.
It's also an interesting concept because it's a horror movie. Horror movies generally don't do as well as the box office because it's more of a niche. It's more of a niche genre compared to other things. Because by default they're mostly rated R, aside from the occasional PG-13. But you can't. They're less marketable, especially to families. So by default, there's less money to be made there. But FNAF is an interesting case because it's PG-13. Five Nights at Freddy's is a kid's style like game. It's marketed towards children. And by default, when a child goes to watch a movie, more times than not, they're with their family. So you're selling at least 2 tickets. Most of the time, it's more. So it's gonna rake in more money than a general horror movie like Saw, for example. Who's bringing their kids to watch Saw? Some parents, but not very many.
I mean,
right?
our dad.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't know if he's like father of the year, but I would say that more parents would bring their kids to watch FNAF than
Honestly,
because-
he brought us to the worst one.
yeah, 3D when we were kids.
Gory, Did we even have? I mean, one thing about having eyesight as bad as mine is stereoscopic 3D glasses like that don't work, since I don't see well out of my one eye, and you need both the red and the blue
Right.
to get that 3D effect. But I didn't know that as a kid, so I'm.
Well, I mean, the gore is enough when you're a kid like that.
No. I'm just saying, like, like it's hard to think about when you're a kid, like, and it also, it's very hard, like in general to even think about how, because I didn't know that my eyesight was bad enough that
Yeah,
I
that's just
wouldn't
how
be
the
able to.
world looked to you.
Yeah. To me, that's just always how it looked, and it was, it makes me wonder and feel for like all. I'm not saying that my impaired eyesight is enough to say that I have a disability, but just to like a small comparison, like people with disabilities that were born with disabilities, it makes me wonder, like, because that's just how they think the world is.
Yeah.
So
I remember
it's
when I first got my first pair of glasses.
it's so weird.
I remember it very vividly. We were coming out of church with Dad. And I think we were at Colonial Woods, and it was after the service. It was nighttime, and it was sometime in winter or late fall. So I remember seeing my breath. But he pulled the glasses case out of his pocket and handed me my glasses. And I remember looking up and seeing the stars for the first time were clear. They weren't like super blurry. And I very distinctly remember I just thought to myself, like, I'm seeing in 3D right now. But, it's just like, no, that's just how the world is supposed to look.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I kind of know exactly what you're talking about. It's just like, for over a decade, I just kind of figured that was what the Earth looked like. I just, so it's just like, what about people that have other impairments or anything like that? Or just like, like color, for example, like no two people are exactly alike. So it's just like, we all see color a little differently. So like, what about the people that are on different spectrums that see colors completely differently? It's just like, stuff like that is crazy. Or like people that are colorblind. Like until you get tested, and some people don't get tested until like, school age, like middle school age. They don't know that they're colorblind. So they just think that the colors that they're seeing are just normal, or that the ones that everybody else sees, and it's just like, that's just not how it is. It's kind of crazy to me.
Well, how do we know how it is, right? Because
Based on, like,
we're
human
going we're going based off of the average person.
Right.
But
I mean,
what if
obviously,
the
if you were to
average
ask-
person is wrong?
Right. I mean, well,
I
that
mean-
depends. From a human standpoint, like, yeah, that's normal based on like how many rods and corneas we have. But if you were to ask like an animal that has 2 times as many corneas or rods than us, then yeah, they see way more colors than we do. So I mean, it all kind of depends
Seeing
on.
that ultraviolet spectrum.
Yeah, like who knows? It all depends on the point of view that you're looking through.
Let's get out of here. How do you have so few points?
Because I got 0 zombies.
Oh.
You have literally 10 times as many kills as I do.
Wait, you only have 5 kills? Only 5 zombies came to your side of the map?
Yep.
And
got
I got the
Springfield.
car. No, that's a car. I don't even know if the Springfield is on this map.
Neither one of us got the ray gun. The Springfield spawns on the quick revives. With that
Yeah. Molotovs. Where's the zombie, by the way?
I got the PPSH.
They like to get stuck out near the fountain.
Apparently, people have no clipped out there. And if you get out to the
There's a
fountain,
turret
there's,
out
like,
there.
Yeah, there's a mounted MG. I think from the campaign or something, because this map was ripped from the campaign. But I mean, all zombies maps back then were, because if what I've read is true, this game mode was something that like interns made on their lunch break. I don't know if it was quite that rags to riches, but it was pretty close, if not spot on. This was a random addition to a game that was.
Yeah, we don't get that in games anymore. There's no experimentation.
Well, no, and like if you look at like,
everyone's
Black Ops,
just
right?
sitting on their
Fortunes.
cash cows.
Yeah, because why do you need to innovate when people just buy the game anyways? That's why I don't even buy games that are new anymore. Like
I buy I get indie games
I'm gonna die.
sometimes. I think the indie scene is way better than any AAA because
They have to prove themselves.
yeah, people that are, obviously
It's like college football.
there are some there are like, oh wow, I knocked his head off and thought he was dead. But obviously everyone's like first game, everyone's like first indie game, whatever. It's probably gonna take a lot from other games, but as an indie developer, I think that's fine. Having
everybody has
inspiration as
inspiration.
as an indie developer is fine. Everyone has their own little spins on things. But like these AAA studios that have billions of dollars, come on, just pay somebody to think of a new idea.
Yeah. You just. It's just like innovation is just so frowned upon nowadays because like people are so afraid to take risks. It's just like, oh, but what if it fails? But it's like that corny like, oh, but what if well, I forget how it goes. It's like, oh, but what if I fall or something like that, and then it's just like, oh, but what if you don't or something stupid like that. But it reigns true for today. It's just like people are so afraid to fail that they just do what's safe, and it's just like it's so boring and everything's just so sterile now. And it's just like, why play a new? I haven't bought a new Call of Duty game in years because it's just like they're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with like Madden, for example. I haven't bought a Madden game. I got.
Did you
Madden
see
22.
the GTA 6 trailer?
I did, and that's not even coming out until 2025.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I was gonna ask you for your opinions on it.
I mean, it looks like a
GTA game.
looks like a video game.
Hmm.
I don't know what you want me to say. It looks like a video game.
Well, no, I was gonna, there is the Latina protagonist. Whoa, mouse is glitching out.
Wow. Very cool.
No, I'm just saying, first time for GTA. It's a step for them.
It doesn't mean anything to me because does it? I mean, they had, I guess, because up to this point we've had like white guys aside from Franklin, but like, let's see what they do to it. I guess in GTA 5 with Franklin, they did kind of explore like the South the Southern California gangbanger scene. I mean, that seemed kind of stereotypical to me, but I mean, to be fair, it's a GTA game.
Yeah.
Am I looking for political commentary
yeah.
or meaningful talk in a GTA game? No. But it's just like, at that point, it's just like, should I care that they're gonna include a Latina character, or are they just gonna play on more stuff that doesn't really matter? I mean,
going off of that whole political commentary thing. There's for some reason a lot of people out there that are like GTA is a game about breaking the laws, right? So there are a ton of people out there that are concerned over people like killing civilians in GTA.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, parents have been concerned about that for years, man. Like, GTA is always gonna get
no, but like, grown people that are worried that these people are killing these NPCs in games. It's because there was somebody commenting about how in GTA 5 there's barely any interiors, but like in San Andreas there were actual like building insides. But there weren't that many in 5. And the video accompanying it was just somebody going into a bunch of buildings in San Andreas, just killing everyone inside. And the person, it's just so funny because the person that got mad said, the reason that these people want these building insides is to go in there and massacre the civilians. It's like, it's a GTA game, man. The whole point of the game is Grand Theft Auto. Literally, well, not obviously, it's not the whole point of the game. It's the title of the game, and Grand Theft Auto is literally stealing cars,
Yeah.
like pulling people out of their vehicles while they're in it. It's like, come on. doing illegal things to civilians in that game is kind of part of the game.
I don't even take those people seriously because that's the same people as like our parents when we were kids, where it's just like those are the same type of people that think like, oh, violent video games make people violent. So it's just like I don't even pay attention necessarily to their argument because they've been so thoroughly debunked that it's just like if they still believe that, then they haven't looked into it properly. They don't. They've been so thoroughly debunked that their opinion to me means very little.
Oh wait, can you wait to get that? I have. Okay, it should be good. I'm just having the MG.
Yeah, that's like 100 bullets you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like people like that I don't really listen to because it's just like their opinion, they're entitled to it, but I could not care less to hear about it because it's just so wrong. There's no science, there's no validity.
I'm gonna die.
Things.
Holy crap! How am I alive? I just took like 8. Bro, I just took like 8 hits. What the heck was that? I must have took them in long enough gaps that I was regenning health.
I don't know how the World at War system works. Pretty crazy.
But no, you know, like taking an RPG or a tanking, just going around blowing up people in cars in that game is kind of one of the fun points of the game. It's like,
yeah,
get 5 stars, get everyone on you, and then I'm obviously this is gonna sound horrible. I'm just saying it. You know, in today's day and age, going around blowing up cops in a game is probably not that controversial of an opinion.
I mean, it shouldn't be a controversial opinion in
No.
Yeah,
Not in game. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, not my place to talk about the police. I happen to be white, which is so sad that that's even something that would make a difference in that scenario.
I mean, you're still allowed to have an opinion on it. I mean, anybody would say that that's wrong, whether you're black, white, or...
No, I'm just saying that it's sad.
Yeah,
it's
that
sad
makes a difference.
that it you know makes a difference. Like, me being white shouldn't have anything to do with whether breaking the law or not is like your race shouldn't account for anything when breaking the law. Like, what if trials were like race anonymous? Imagine that.
Why can't we get AI cops, man?
Because AI is trained on human beings, and human beings are the exact problem.
But what if you make an AI for the sole purpose of training AI cops?
It would become racist.
By default?
I mean, because the AI has to train off of something.
What if you told the AI to research 10,000 hours of sensitivity training?
Yeah, but I mean, then you're gonna have to show it court documents somewhere, and then somewhere along the line it's gonna make the connection because of racist past that black means guilty.
But what if you tell it that that's wrong?
Then it would think that all of its training data is, or not all of it, but you know, it would think that you'd have to throw out so much
Alright,
data.
but in a perfect world, what if you cherry picked?
Okay, yeah.
What if you cherry picked non-racist trials?
I'm dead.
Oh, I'm gonna die too.
Oh wow, bro, there's something going on. Are we?
Think so? Are you hacking?
Nah. I'm gonna have to. Here, I guess you can just open my stream and rewind if you really want to see it. It's not that important though. But I don't know, man. I swear I'm taking more than 4 hits. I'm not gonna be able to get to you, by the way.
Still hungry?
What do you even have?
PPSH and
so
You
nothing
picked
that
on the
important.
wrong Marine.
Yeah, I'm literally on the other side of the map.
Turn on some keys.
At least you have 3,000 points this time.
Yeah, I can buy Juggernog and nothing else. I can't even buy the Grahur, man. That's 600 points.
Did you literally just buy Jug?
Yeah.
Stay dead this time.
Yeah, what if you showed it multiple court cases where where it wasn't decided by racist individuals? And could you then train like AI cops? Technically, theoretically.
I mean, so if you think about it, if you know what somebody did and you know the laws, there should be an objective thing that you could say. But there isn't, because we have juries by peers, and juries are the ultimate decider of whether someone broke the law.
Not
Okay.
always.
Well,
Not if you
okay.
have a cop that executes somebody
well,
on the sidewalk.
yeah, obviously then there's no jury involved. But at that point, the AI wouldn't help anyways.
If you had an AI cop, it would.
So you're talking about giving an AI a body then?
Yeah, like why not? go
Well, I
down again
mean,
because I can't get out of this.
that's more of a...
Robot.
That's a, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, it's still an AI, but I was gonna say that's much harder to do. In all I have is an MG42, by the way.
I don't have anything good, man, because I keep dying. And I keep getting velcroed into these stupid zombies. This time it was my fault, because I kind of ran to a dead end. I thought I'd be able to
Where
jump
are
in, but
you?
I couldn't. I'm on the catwalk.
Oh,
Oh.
you literally disappeared as I was going to... Well, now you have even less money.
I know.
Here, what if we hold back here, and then we get you some money? So like you shoot what's at the window, and then I'll. Oh yeah, I mean that'll work. It's probably better. I need to go buy probably the STG out here since I have nothing else. I don't know, man. I'm a little skeptical about even submitting this.
Why?
Because it honestly feels like there's something wrong. I got hit so many times.
Alright, well, I've gone down. I have not only gone down 2 times, have I? I feel like I've gone down like more times than that.
Yeah, in our past runs.
I've
We're
only
20
gone down
minutes in.
twice this round. Feels like I've just died more than that.
I mean, we'll check it later. It just feels weird.
I'm gonna grab Jug.
What gun is out here? Trench gun? Double barrel? No. I was looking at the double barrel.
Oh. That's at the end of the hallway, right?
Yeah, that's where I was.
Break that bastard thing, get close.
Could there ever be an impartial AI? Like if you had an AI create an AI, would it ever be impartial?
So,
After a certain number of
okay,
runs?
so an AI creating an AI is like incest. It's gonna bring out the worst in it. Like genetic defects, you know?
But I'm just talking about like down the line, because also technically by incest after a certain number of runs, wouldn't you get like pure-blooded like?
So the problem with two people of the same family reproducing is that if they have a genetic defect, it will be much more common.
Right.
And eventually, far enough down the line, it will just be all the time, because at that point
Yeah,
it's
but
not
they
a
kinda
genetic
it's gonna be-
defect. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
part
gonna
of
be
your
normal.
genetics. Yeah. But so like if you train an AI on biased data, and then it's gonna start training AIs on its biased data, you know, that's the problem. That's why AIs training AIs doesn't really work. Now, if you manage to create an AI that doesn't need human input at all, and like, oh, I'm about to die. Back up. There's a nuke out there. Like, if you create an AI that is capable of learning for itself what is right and wrong, then I think you're gonna have bigger problems. But technically, it's not like it would have its own biases. Then, you know, like I'm talking like actual, like at that point you're just creating another species. It's not like Detroit Become Human style AI.
But it's just like it's an AI. How can it? How? That doesn't even make sense to me.
Well, how
Like,
do
if it's
humans
programmed to do a certain thing? But it's not a human. It's an AI. It has a specific programming. Humans don't have
No.
programming.
AI, like a neural network, the AI that you're thinking of doesn't have a specific programming. That's the exact opposite of an AI. So an AI is trained to do a task most of the time. But if you train it like a human where it's generalized, because imagine what a human is. A human is an AI that's generalized on, like, it can do anything. Like, our brains are capable of doing, you know, whatever. If you were able to train an AI to do anything, then at that point you're just creating like another species capable of doing human-like things.
You don't think that humans are more than just a programmed thing?
Well, no. That's the whole like consciousness theory. But I'm saying if we are capable of creating consciousness through an AI, like, so all of our, you know, all of our like ideas and thoughts, those are chemical. You know, like that's all just chemical stuff going on in our brain. There is a possibility that we can recreate that on, like, digitally on them.
Well, what is the definition of life?
You,
know what I mean?
you know,
Like, being
nobody
alive.
can define that. That's why, you know. Okay, so you played Detroit Become Human. Did you
Right.
agree that those androids
down.
were a separate form of life?
Yes. I think
Okay, so you would say that they're alive. So they reached the point of consciousness, or the point of, like, you know, whatever people can define life as. That that is a possibility in the future. It's called singularity. When
Yeah,
an
the point of
AI,
no return.
yeah, when an AI, you know, like, reaches its, can do,
Let's see about
like,
getting the
trains
power
itself,
back on.
becomes human, you know? Hey, that's the name of the game. How many more runs of this are we gonna do? It's 4 in the morning.
I don't have work tomorrow. So it's really mine.
Yeah, and I was like napping at like 8.
Napping.
So, yeah, my sleep schedule is very bad, so I would have considered that a nap.
Well, you know, now we're just getting content for our pilot episode of our.
Yeah.
What's the podcast?
I don't
We
know.
can run that by an AI.
Yeah. Run it in the chat GPT. Give me a podcast name.
give me ideas for a podcast. Alright, I need to use the bathroom. Actually, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna hide in this corner.
Need another clip here. Matt.
I'm back. But, I mean, going back to what we were talking about, like, specifically with Detroit Become Human, just because I saw them as a separate life form doesn't mean that other people did. You know, like, there's plenty of people who didn't, who picked the, you know, just to keep the status quo thing.
Well,
So
yeah,
who's to
but
say that, like, just because I see them as a different life form.
I mean,
doesn't mean that
if they are enough to march for their own rights, at that point, it doesn't really matter if other people consider them their own. Like, because again, that's, you know, that's going back to like you know, like a racism thing. If something is enough to march for its own rights alongside you, like, how is that?
I agree with that. Because you're comparing a different race. I mean, they're still humans all the same. You could argue that these are just very intelligent AI robots that are mimicking humans.
Okay, yeah, but
Therefore,
what's
their
the
own
difference
life form.
between a human and an AI then? Because
Feelings, emotions, chemicals.
yeah, but they showed they showed emotions.
They showed simulations of emotions. They can't possibly have emotions because they're a robot.
But how are we the ones
Emotions
that are allowed to
synapses
say
in the
that?
brain.
Yeah, yeah, and do you know what a neural network is? It's synapses. A neural network is a recreation of the brain. That's the entire point of them. It's recreating the brain how it works, but digitally.
I guess a
So
different
their
life form.
their
technically.
synapses are digital. Ours
Well, I
are
mean,
organic.
if you look at like the dictionary definition of like alive, there's like certain things that it needs to tick off, right? And I don't know if like AI could, I mean, by scientific definition, anyways, by the current day definition, I don't know if they would tick off those boxes, but I mean, maybe that's enough
You see,
to
but
review
but you
those
see,
things, see if
we
that's-
we are having the exact same conversation that they're having in the game. Like, isn't that crazy? Like the whole thing that we're talking about right now is whether they are or aren't alive, and that's that's the entire thing that the game's about. But we're talking about it as real life, like
Hypothetical.
in the future. So if an AI, like if we manage to create androids, you know, like as advanced as them, and they ended up marching for their rights, would you support them?
Probably, but mostly out of fear, to be honest. Because, I mean, think about it. These are things that don't feel pain. These are things that
Well, they seem to
theoretically-
feel. You played the game, right?
they seem to feel pain, but do they actually? We don't know. If
I
go
mean,
up to a
you
human and
you
punch
saw
them
that.
in the face, you know that they feel that. But
Well-
just because an android bleeds blue blood doesn't mean anything. That could just mean a leaky component. You go up to a machine and it leaks oil. Does that mean that it feels pain? No, it's a leaky, faulty machine. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that. But we know that as humans, we have no receptors, which are the pain-feeling receptors. Where if you punch somebody in the nose and they start bleeding, they feel that.
Well, yeah,
Machines.
I'm just saying that, you know, even though, but they're programmed, or they were programmed to feel that. I mean, there's the whole scene with the female, like, why are androids in love with androids at that point then? Because there would be no need to show that emotion like, there would be no need to simulate that. Like, that wouldn't make any sense. So at that point, they're simulating it for themselves, and then what's the difference? What's the difference between that and a human simulating love for themselves? Like, why do humans love? Oh, because it's a genetic code to progress the species.
That, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you want to go biologically, yes, it's out of necessity to reproduce. Although human love doesn't always come from reproduction, because there are plenty of couples who don't reproduce or can't reproduce that still love each other.
Well, yeah, and the androids
androids
don't
can't feel that
reproduce, but they did in the game anyways.
in the
we
game,
were
maybe,
shown
yes.
that they absolutely did, and
But I mean,
they
also,
couldn't
that's a
reproduce.
game.
Well, yeah,
That's
I know.
just a-
I'm saying we're talking about hypothetically if we had androids as advanced as the game. That was the entire starting point of the conversation. If we had androids that were as advanced as they were in the game, that was
Then
what I said at the
potentially.
start.
I honestly. I
Yeah,
don't know,
it's
because
a hard thing to think about, isn't it? Because we as humans we are so dead set on the idea that we are the only
dominant species.
species that will ever exist like us. I mean, we're so adamant on that thought that there's people out there that think that in the infinite universe that we're the only
There's no
like
aliens.
species. But I mean, just mathematically, probabilistically, we're not. We like in the infinite, that is the universe. You know, we have science to back that up. In the entire infinite soup that is the universe, we're not unique at all. We're just rare. But
We just happen to happen.
yeah, to infinity, rare is 100% guaranteed. You know.
Yeah, it's extremely probable.
It's just
I'm not,
in a vacuum, in a little pocket. It's rare because that's
Right.
our observation. But
because we haven't seen anything else and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, no,
yeah,
no,
I
like
honestly
that.
think that if we ever run into a second species like that, which honestly it's
Sentient.
it's more sapient. Most species on Earth are sentient.
and being
Yeah,
able to communicate and
Yeah.
that are like us.
Like, but no, I was gonna say, like, even though it probably won't happen because again, infinity is big. That's the entire reason why we'll probably never run into a different species like us because
Never.
the universe
You don't
is
think ever?
okay. Maybe billions of years because think about it. Faster than light travel right now is not possible. And we have no
But
theories of it ever
Technology
being
is
possible.
exponentially growing, and there could be a new theory tomorrow.
Well, yeah,
that
but
changes everything.
our entire understanding of physics right now says
Could be
that it's
changed tomorrow.
well, yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying under our current understanding of physics, there is no way that we would ever be able to travel faster than light, and that's because we won't even get out of our galaxy.
Yeah, but
Without
who's to say
faster than
these
light
new
travel.
beings won't come and visit us in their technology that's faster than light? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, I know. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that with what we know of the known
Yeah.
universe and science, and there's no reason that we have to believe that it's possible. Because it would break physics at a level that humans would not be prepared for ever. Like if there's somehow faster than light travel and aliens get it and visit us, we're screwed.
because what do we do?
Yeah, they are
Awkward.
because at that point they are so
They're so far
technologically
advanced.
yeah, they are so ahead of us in terms of everything that we would stand absolutely no chance. We'd have to worship them out of fear.
But I mean, it's just like people do. That's just human nature, is worshiping or praising things they don't understand. They praise the sun, dude. Like, I mean, come on. That's just human nature, is to praise out of fear. That wouldn't be anything new. It'd just be it'd just be a different thing to worship.
Well, yeah, but it actually would be real though.
But I mean,
Like-
you could say the same thing about like advanced AI. Like, if we created something that was so technologically advanced that we couldn't control anymore, like, do you think people would worship them and be subservient to them out of pure fear? It's the same thing as that as like aliens. You know what I mean? It's just like if we couldn't stand a chance against something that was so technologically or just more advanced than we are, in this case AI or aliens, like, people are just naturally, if they are scared, they'll submit to it. I mean, that's just how humans have always behaved.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is that like the alien thing, whatever. I'm just saying that the like it, what I was saying was like if we ever encounter a secondary species like us, I honestly don't think that could ever go well. Like even if we ended up like imagine like nuclear like holocaust that like threw us back in
Just waste them.
yeah just that whatever threw us back into like tribal days or whatever. Obviously, I'm not sure exactly how far we'd regress if that ever happened. But, like, at that point, I'm not saying that it'd create another species, but think about, like, tribes as, like, different species, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't have communication with them. Like, we already hate each other, you know?
Yep.
Like,
Honestly, I think something like that would bring the human race closer together. Because you have less things to hate people on. Nowadays, you have politics and a whole bunch of other things that are dividing people, but like if you had sent so far back to the tribal days, I don't know if racism or sexism would be a thing. You'd be one species. I think it might galvanize the human race more than separate them, at least in the long run.
Well, but you have to think about it because these people would be separated. Like there wouldn't be air travel. You're not gonna be able to get places. You'd be stuck in your bunkers for hundreds of years, if not thousands, until the nuclear radiation goes away.
Historically, right? Like, cause like, if you were talking about historically, if history were to repeat itself, people would be split. Cause I mean, that's what happened in real life. Like, you know, biblically, there's a story of the Tower of Babel where the people of Earth were separated, and there were hundreds of different languages created, and that's kind of the story of like why people are different and why they speak different languages. But the idea of it remains true that like even though people are humans all the same, they speak differently, they have different cultures, and they don't they worship different gods and all this and the other. If you want to speak historically, I guess technically you'd be right in saying that it might alienate everybody else because it's just like everybody's different and you spend so much time apart. But I don't know, maybe this is idealistic. I would like to think that it'd push people closer together, especially if there was like an alien invader or something that caused this nuclear holocaust that pushed everybody into hiding.
The way that I would see it is that it would push those groups together, like like a bunker or whatever, or like a bunker, wherever people are sitting. It would make those people closer because they're with each other. But how could they ever trust anyone else? Like what? Obviously, bunkers won't last forever. And then what happens when the food runs out? Who goes first? And then at that point, it's gonna devolve, probably just into infighting. I mean, but it's impossible to even theorize what would happen because it hasn't happened.
Our understanding and our path of humankind is one of so many that like it's almost insulting to say like historically this is what happened, therefore it would happen again. Because as we know historically, people grew to hate each other that wasn't a part of their own in-group. I am hesitant to say that would exactly happen again, especially if something else I don't know how I went down there because of the nuke. But I would be hesitant to say that would happen at least exactly again. Because that just seems so arrogant to say, like just because it happened last time or because that's what we know happened, that would happen again. Would it? I mean, maybe. As a historian, I feel like obligated to say that might be what happens again, but honestly, I'm not sure. I'd like to think that humans are more than that, but then again, humans have always fought each other for stupid reasons, so who's to say it wouldn't happen again? I couldn't be sure, but I also... You can get that max ammo one after, by the way. I'm also too studious and too... I am very hesitant to say that if you were to restart humanity again, that it would all happen the same way. Because I think that things happen very specifically, and if something were to happen differently, at some other point in time, then you know things could change.
Mind not bleeding on me?
You know.
Well,
so-
yeah, but then at that point, you know, it's not the Jews that are being hated by Hitler. It's the, I don't know.
The Africans.
Yeah. I was trying to think of, you know, a different group of people that, you know, but yeah, sure.
That might be true. I mean, humans are. I'm gonna go down here. Yeah, I couldn't get out of that.
See, like, how are you still alive? How many hits did you take there?
I took 4, but you were shooting, so it definitely dissuaded. See, now if that was knocked, I feel like I would have been able to get out because we were both shooting at them, and that kind of pauses them. But this map is hard to gauge.
Thought I was locked for sure.
Alright, you're gonna need to be the one that trained. But yeah, I mean,
I think these are the
that
only
just
two.
seems so binary to say like, oh yeah, if we restarted humanity, then it would be other Hitler hating another out group. I don't know if that's how it would go. I don't know if there would be another Hitler if we restarted humanity. You know, it might be completely different for all we know. There might not be a post-apocalyptic Hitler in this timeline.
I mean, but you know, even the Romans, you know, like going back to like all the way back, like before even like anything, there was still, you know, like there was still slavery and all that.
Yeah,
There was
even
still
back in biblical days. Yeah.
yeah, like it just seems like
Inevitable.
yeah, because like obviously we don't know much about the whole caveman thing, but it wouldn't be surprising for me anyways. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that, you know, cavemen had slaves.
They,
But,
I don't know about cavemen. They were actually fairly, from what I've learned, they were fairly equitable between men.
I instant died. We're dead
Between
here,
men
aren't
and
we?
women, they were fairly equitable. Oh god. At least, like, men had the hunting job, women had the gathering job, but they were, like, still fairly treated
It was
as
an
equals.
insta-kill.
I'm
you're
gonna go.
dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna die here. Yeah, Veruckt seems impossible, by the way. I don't know how people gotten past 15. This is hard.
Using the traps.
True. We can try that this time. We can hide in the, or we can camp by the trap room. But yeah, from what I've learned, men and women were treated fairly equitably. They had separate roles, but like that didn't necessarily mean like a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but that's
But-
in the same group, that same small group of people, you know? That was in, like, the same, like...
Yeah, the same
tribes.
tribe.
And then, you know, they went to war, and what did they do? They
Well-
raped their woman.
But that's
Like-
that's more of a product of civilization as a whole.
Well, yeah,
And
but
that's a
I'm just
product of
saying
this
that-
timeline. Like if you were to restart history again, I'm not sure if that would happen again. That there's no telling. what
but
another
we have
timeline of
we have
human
no
history.
reason to believe that it wouldn't, though. Is
But I
what
mean,
I'm
if you look
saying.
at, like,
Because
if you look-
no, because if you think about it, history, you know, history is restarted multiple times in small pockets. History has restarted multiple times, and it led to the same thing. You know, like obviously not the complete same. There was technological advance, but it went back to the same. It went back to the same problems, though, and it just seems that all roads of the start of human civilization, anyways, lead to that same problem. Because so far they have. You know, like, if you were to somehow find, like, let's say you were the omnipotent god that was around when cavemen first, you know, started popping up, or not cavemen, but, you know, like, what, tribesmen, whatever, and they were all in their little tribes. If you were to not cherry pick, but if you were to, like, pick like, multiple tribes at random, how different would they be, you know? Like,
That I can't answer. I really
because
don't know.
because
But
because
that
if you
doesn't-
think about it, those are like
Another
those are small pockets of history because those people have never talked to each other. They had no communication with each other. So those were small pockets of history starting, and that's like the exact same as history, like it would restart, you know, because
Maybe.
it's just what do you? But I don't see. To me, that's just not a maybe. That's just something. Like
That
because
just seems
if
so binary. Like you're just saying like this absolutely will happen because it did before. I just
But-
like that
but
might
what
be
I-
that might be true for like AI or something that's like it's zeros and ones, but humans are different. They can be anyways.
well, yeah,
I'm not
but
saying that you're
they
wrong.
can be. But what I'm saying is, if you had, let's say that you had like I don't know, like 100 tribes and you spread them across the world, and you let them evolve in their own little pockets, you know, without ever communicating with anything or anyone. They were just in their small little tribes, going about their days as if they were the only species and only tribe in the entire world. Obviously, you know, like there's animals or whatever, but you know, they're like they think that they're the only people.
They never did though. They always knew that there are other tribes of humans or homo or other types of
Well,
things
yeah,
out
and
there. They grew together.
but they're do you think across continents though?
I mean, if you look at historical accounts, humans evolved at a pretty normal rate compared to each other. Like there wasn't just a lot of people that were stuck in the Bronze Age and others that were stuck in
Well,
the
no,
Stone
I'm
Age.
I'm
Like,
not.
people evolved
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But they made those evolutions without communicating with each other. You know, they
right.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm saying that that's like that was pre-programmed in not obviously not programmed, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like because these people that had no contact with each other evolved at similar rates because that's just human nature, you know. At that point, it just, you know, I'm not saying that it was destined or it, you know, whatever. I'm not
Or
saying
that
that.
there was
I'm
alien intervention.
no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that at that point in history, the people evolved at a similar rate without having any communication with each other. That to
Well,
me
but I mean,
just
if you think
makes
about
it
it,
seem
they kind of did. Like if you're warring with somebody, right? If you're warring with somebody and if you kill another soldier and you see, hey, they have some kind of they have a different weapon that I've never seen before. The human thing to do would be to think about it and study it. And that's probably what happened.
yeah, but
one tribe probably found bronze or something and
well, you
and
can't
molded it into a
find
weapon.
bronze.
Okay, bronze is skipping ahead, but you know, wood, they found a stone weapon or something like that, and they're just like, hey, what's this? And then that tribe started making stone, and then so on and so forth. So I mean, obviously, over.
Yeah, but I'm talking like differences of a bunch of like distance, you know, because there wasn't a way to traverse the world back then, but there's tribes on opposite ends of the earth that are at similar points in their own history. I'm just saying that we have no reason to believe that it would have happened differently because that's how it happened. And it's hard to think of how it would happen differently because it didn't happen differently. And it didn't happen differently anywhere. That's why Homo sapien was the last version, if you want to call it that, was the last evolution of the Homo genus or family, whatever it is. There wasn't anything after us because there was no reason. Yeah. So at the current point in history, there is no reason for there to be anything else. And we have no reason to believe that at this point that there ever would be, because how would a new evolution of human even take place nowadays? It wouldn't, because they would be I think this is the right use of the word. They would be ostracized from civilization.
I'm gonna go down. They
I have
broken very fast.
I have a trench gun and a Grassheur. And the
I
trench
kinda got
gun.
snuck up on.
Ooh, nuke. Oh, another nuke. Wow, we literally got saved there. Double nukes.
I actually got points while I was down too.
That was too freaking close.
They broke through this very quickly.
That is the right.
But I mean,
Yeah,
it's just like-
exclude someone from a society or group. Yeah, that is the right word.
But it's just like, if humans haven't evolved in tens of thousands of years, so it's just like, if we are truly the last of what the Homo genus or family has to offer, then like, maybe, you know, evolution will have something else in mind for what we decide to crossbreed with, whether that's technology or alien or something else entirely. Maybe the apes rise up like in Planet of the Apes.
Yeah,
knows?
Homo is a genus. I was right there in the first one.
But it's just like, things are evolving all the time. You even see humans like that are evolving to not have their appendix anymore. Like, stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
Yeah, but then
evolution
they're not
takes-
a new species.
Yeah, but evolution itself takes hundreds of thousands of years all the time. And like, the interesting thing is that Homo sapiens and Neanderthals coexisted. Like, they shared caves and stuff together, but eventually the Homo sapiens hunted and killed all the Neanderthals.
Exactly, because they were ostracized. Exactly
Yeah.
like what I was saying with a new species of human. Because at that point, like, because the Homo sapiens were
God,
just
dude.
like undoubtedly
Technologically advanced.
yeah, you know, like the Homo whatever the other ones are, like yeah, Erectus, we know, whatever. They didn't stand a chance. But if there was a new species nowadays, it wouldn't stand a chance against us because it wouldn't have enough time. Because we would kill it before it ever got the chance. Because we're capable of killing it before it gets the chance.
See, now that's really interesting because that begs the question of just like, it's not like Homo erectus were ruling the world one day, or quote unquote ruling, you know, they weren't the prevailing version of Homo one day, and then all of the Homo erectus gave birth to Homo sapien, or whatever the next thing in line was. So it's just like, that begs the question. How long did it take for the next version of Homo to appear? And furthermore, how, if those two versions of Homo live together, how long did it take for the previous version to die out and the new version to take over? You know what I mean? Because like, that stuff is interesting. Because why didn't they kill each other? Because, you know, Homo sapiens have proven to be a very aggressive breed of anything.
Well, because
Like,
if
we are
you think
very
about it, they didn't have any reason to kill their parents. But at some point, you know, there was just enough of them over the Homo erectus, because like obviously, you know, like again, you know, like the tribes, whatever. In the smaller tribes, the evolution would, since, you know, it's a smaller group, the evolution would happen faster. Well, not necessarily faster, but there isn't as many. Like, it's not, because they have to evolve at that point. You know, they had to evolve. It wasn't an option. It was either that or
die out.
die. But
And what's funny is that the Homo erectus doesn't just end up dying out anyways.
yeah, because they created a better
I'm gonna
version
die here,
of
but-
themselves. You know.
Not good.
Bleeding on me.
But the main problem is, we have no need to evolve.
For our
Yeah.
short-sighted opinion, anyways.
Well, yeah. But as it currently stands right now, there's no point in another human
Sure there is.
evolution.
Sure there is. A human that evolves to withstand certain levels of bacterial infection or something like that.
Well,
curves
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
but
especially.
that's
But we would never know
yeah.
because stuff like that takes so long, right? And it's because that's kind of how evolution takes place. Is like it wouldn't just be a whole new species overnight. Like it'd be mutations here and there.
Well,
But it's
yeah,
just
yeah, and you know, no human is the same. Technically, if you want to take it that way, every new human is an evolution.
This'll tear
or
'em
But
apart.
degeneration.
Yeah,
But
but
it's just like I, I can't. I'm not well versed enough in evolutionary history to explain why humans aren't, or if humans are still evolving at all. I can't speak to that personally because I'm not smart enough in that field. But it's just like it is very interesting to think about because like if you look at history, like there have been evolutions that have happened faster than between us and the last version of Homo. So it's just like, are we done evolving, or are we just not letting ourselves evolve anymore because we've gone so?
well, yeah,
We've
that's
gotten
that's what I was saying.
yeah. So it's just
We
like,
like
are we
we
all
have
have
all
we
of our
handicapped ourselves?
yeah, you know, we are plateauing as a species. Like
Yeah, because we allowed that to happen.
yeah, because the only because if we because we're humans. That's the entire problem here because we can't evolve because humans could never live with another species.
Yeah,
Are like it's like built into us to not allow it. Like
it's like a self-preservation
yeah,
thing.
like we are genetically afraid of other species existing at our level.
That is interesting because we haven't really had to share the Earth with anything like us for, hundreds of thousands of years, maybe even millions of years. I don't know. I haven't really looked at prehistory in a long time, but like there hasn't been another form of, and even so, we've only shared the Earth with other fellow Homo genus things. You know what I mean? Like other bipedal primates. What happens if and when we share that with something that's extraterrestrial? Like that'd be something not only because like it's bad enough to think like if we had to share it with another bipedal primate, like we've had to a
But you know,
long
not
time
not
ago.
even just bipedal primate. Think non-carbon based life.
Yeah,
Like I'm
something
just
that we can't even comprehend.
yeah. I don't think it would ever.
But
I
that
don't think
also
it would
begs
ever
the
happen.
question: is just like if there is something that is that far advanced, why haven't we been? Why haven't they visited us yet?
Because the universe is too big.
Is it too big? But I mean, if you're advanced enough, is there such thing as too big?
Well, yeah,
Because
because
for us, for
I
human beings,
like I
that seems
said,
too big.
the most advanced that we know of
That
is
we know of.
well, yeah, but we have no reason to believe that there would ever be faster. But that's what I'm trying. That's what I was trying to say earlier with the faster than light travel thing. The reason that nothing visits us is because the universe is too big and we're too small, and there's.
Yeah.
But we also have no reason to believe that it's possible to traverse the universe in any way that would be efficient. Because even if even if we advanced forever, like let's say that we lasted until the heat death of the universe, which I highly doubt. I'm honestly not even sure if we'll outlive our sun. But if we manage to live that long, there's still the possibility that we just never are capable of finding, like we never find faster than light travel because at a quantum level, at a physics-based level, at everything that we know says that it's impossible no matter how far you advance because it doesn't make sense. So like
it doesn't make sense, but neither did anything else up to this point. Like that's what I'm trying to say is like that's human discovery is always pushing the bounds of things. You think I mean, no, probably people that used to have to live with like candlelight never thought that something like the light bulb would be possible until
well
Nikola Tesla
yeah.
and Thomas Edison came along. That's just, I mean, just because we don't understand quantum physics properly yet doesn't mean that there's something beyond that. Like, there probably is, and we just don't understand it. Something that a breakthrough 10,000 years from now could.
Okay, but we do know that the universe is infinite, and then
Right.
yes, why hasn't anything visited us if faster than light travel
Maybe
is
nothing
possible?
else is out there. Maybe the
That's
mathematical.
not possible.
That's not mathematically possible, but why does mathematically have to be anything? If we constructed mathematics, who says that there's something out there that isn't stronger than mathematically possible that rules that out? Like, just because our constructs say something is impossible doesn't mean that it is. Like, it's very arrogant to say one way or the other that the things that we know, if right here and now, is right or wrong. You know what I mean? Like, because I think it'd be fair to say that you would think that it'd be very arrogant for somebody who doesn't believe in aliens to say that they don't exist because they haven't contacted us, or because we haven't found a way to contact them.
But we
I think
know
that you would find that
we've
arrogant.
found other planets that are Earth-like and habitable. Like, we know that there are other planets out there that exist like Earth that are billions of light years away. We just
Right.
there's no way to contact them or ask them, "Hey, is there life on this planet?" Because it's just too far. We know that they exist because we know how physics work.
I gotta mix it.
You can grab it. Like we know that they exist because we exist. We aren't improbable in the universe. Because the universe is too big for us to be improbable. And
Alright,
we already know that there are other habitable planets out there. Like if we were able to cryosleep for
habitable
forever.
by our construct.
Well, yes.
What if there
Well,
are things out
well,
there
yes,
that don't need
but
water to survive?
yeah, I'm just saying habitable by our definition of life. So that
Right.
means that there's other. We have reason to believe that there are planets out there that support life that is like the life on Earth. Is all I'm saying, and that's still technically that's still extraterrestrial. That's still alien. It doesn't matter if they're like us. It doesn't. But we just haven't.
Haven't made
Yeah, because
At least that we
it's
know
not
of.
possible to our standards of current knowledge.
Understanding.
Yeah, it isn't possible. And maybe in the future we'll have a breakthrough, but we have no reason to believe that breakthrough will ever happen.
Why not?
Because it's just, in order to travel faster than light, you would need to break several rules of physics that would.
That we don't understand yet.
No, but based on everything we do know, so
Which
like
is
based.
not much, to be honest.
But based on our life, like based on our lives as humans,
As a species.
and everything we know about physics, and just everything, that it wouldn't be possible ever, because if it were possible, then our entire history is wrong. Obviously, I'm not saying that that's impossible either. I'm just saying that it's highly improbable that we would. I mean, I'm not gonna say that we obviously don't know everything about like quantum mechanics. We don't know everything about anything like that, and that's still a budding scientific area. But we also have no reason to believe that quantum physics is the solution to faster than light travel.
What about teleportation?
The best we could do with teleportation under our ideas of physics is destroying a human body and recreating it exactly like Star Trek style.
Deconstruct.
The instant transportation of data But at that point, I'm dead for sure. Oh wow, I actually got out. But at that point, yeah, like if you if your entire body was copied, like let's say every chemical in your body was cloned to 1-to-1. Well, not cloned, but like you took a snapshot of it, right? So that way you could rebuild the entire thing exactly. Is that you? Because by definition, like everything in that body is you. That
Yeah,
was
I know, it's the
your
whole paradox. I
yeah,
know what it is.
that was your exact state at that time. That
It's your
is
exact memories, but is it actually you? It's the same thing as like if you had a boat and you replaced every plank piece by piece. At which point does it stop becoming the same ship? I get the idea.
well,
And
no.
for
I'm just
me,
saying because from your point of view, there could be two of you. You know, like if you clone that exactly. So if there's two of you existing at the same time, how is that? Like if you take a snapshot of yourself and then put yourself next to yourself, you will have the exact same thoughts for a little bit, but obviously you will begin to deviate based on surroundings and response to environment. So eventually it's gonna not be you because it will have its, you know, it will create its own memories and all that.
that's the
So
question.
if it can deviate enough to not be you, you know, and okay, going back to the teleportation thing, that was a little bit of a tangent. So in Star Trek, at least theorized, the teleportation, like beam me up, you know, um,
Yeah,
that's
beam me up,
that's
Scotty.
like they are taking a snapshot of the human of the person or whatever they're teleporting, and they're reconstructing it exactly as it was, and then uh not combusting, but you know, like destroying the old
Wonder what happened.
copy. And oh well, you got a nuke at least. At that point, like if you knew that a teleporter would completely deconstruct your body and put you somewhere else, would you take that teleport?
Yes. Still me.
Well, yeah, but the version of you that it is, like you would think that it's you because you would have all your previous memories, but
Still me.
your current existence would stop.
No, I get what you're saying, and it's still me. That's how I feel. I think that it's still me, especially if it deconstructs the other version. Like especially if so, because then that's still just me. I'm still the only version of me running around. I know what you're trying to get at. It's just like, oh, but that's technically a different version of you, or that's not the same you because you got deconstructed. But I mean, let's be real. If it's still me, it has. I'm gonna go down again. If it has all the same memories, it has all the same cells, and it's just me,
So if an android
then
had all of your same memories, so
no,
like
that's
some
not the same me. That's a robot with my memories. That's a robot with my looks, my appearance, my memory. That's not the same thing. But if it's an organic being that took my place of me, especially with my own consent, that allowed it to exist in place of me, and I still get to take over as that organic being, that's still me. But if it's an android or a robot,
but oh, I'm dead. But how would you take over though? Because
well, that's kind of what I was operating on, was that you're still you. You still have control of yourself or your
well, yeah, obviously it depends on your definition of life as a whole.
if if me who is playing this
So,
video game right now was able to make the decision to teleport somewhere or just stop existing and then continue existing at some other point in time, but I myself playing this video game and talking to you right now still has control and it's still the same me, then yes, I would consider that still myself in every facet. Now, if that would be a completely different thing or entity, that might warrant another conversation. I don't really know how to word that.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
it's because defining life is difficult.
I guess like,
Because
and this doesn't really
scientifically
help.
speaking, it isn't you.
Well,
Yeah, sure, all the chemicals in your body are the exact same as they were at whatever point, and but the atoms that made you, obviously, you're not, all of your atoms or whatever, they get replaced over time. You know, you're not the same atoms as you were when you were born, but like those atoms are different atoms at the exact same point in time, and you're across space and whatever. But a version of you died, and then a new version took your place. But the new version is you by all definitions, but it's not the you that you currently are. It has all it's you under the definition that it has your memories. It has the exact same emotional state, whatever. It's got everything. All the chemicals in the brain were the same at the same time. If
but it's
you
not my same conscience.
well,
It's a different version. I
yeah,
get what
yeah,
you're saying. It's a different
yeah,
person holding the controller, if you to speak metaphorically.
yeah, because
Same character, different controller. I think I get what you're saying, and at that point, I don't know. I think that I'm biased to say no because I that's having this conversation would like to remain I. Would
mhm.
if that's different than the he him that takes over, in the sense that the conscience is different, and then I guess technically in a roundabout way, I guess maybe no. But then you get talking about like, is there such thing as a soul? Because if you think there's such thing as a soul, then that's kind of where this takes over. But if you're looking at something from a purely empirical scientific point of view, then maybe yes, that is the same version of you, the same chemical compound and same. But then again, it's not the same atom, so it's kind of a paradox, and I could see yes or no from both. But I guess to make a novel, a novella, if it's still the same I controlling myself or being in that point of view, I would say yes. If it's not the same I, then no.
Well, then the problem with it is defining what is the me I. Is
I as I'm talking to you right now.
well,
If
yeah,
it's the
yeah,
same
but I'm saying, but we also don't have a definition of conscience. You know, we don't know what consciousness is. We can't create it. But if we clone somebody's atoms or their current, like every atom in their body 1-to-1, if we clone that at any given point in time, or we took a snapshot of it, we could technically create consciousness. We just don't know why, you know, because we.
Or would you have an empty body that doesn't do anything because
I got
it's
vacuum. Be careful with the knifing. it got me killed.
But I mean,
Yeah.
that's also interesting because like we've never cloned. I mean, to our knowledge, anyways, we've never cloned a human being before. So like, say for just for argument's sake, what if there is a soul, and what if we did create a human being 1-to-1, you know, chemical compound, atoms and all, but it was just an empty vessel because there was nothing deeper inside of it like a soul. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know for sure because we've never cloned a human being before, to our knowledge. So, like, again, even though that's a little bit more spiritual than scientific, we can't know for certain that there's not something like a soul that belongs to the human, you know, conscience that separates us from something else, like an AI, for example. Again, that's a little bit more mystical, and maybe that's harder to suspend your
No, I am a pretty adamant atheist.
I mean, that's fine. I have absolutely no problem with that personally, but I'm just saying, like, for argument's sake, a lot of there's a lot of faith that goes into like scientific stuff as well, hypotheses and stuff like that you can't technically prove, but
Well,
like,
no, but
like,
the whole point of a hypothesis is to be tested.
right, but I mean, like something like the Big Bang, that's a pretty well believed hypothesis. I believe it, and I have some form of faith in religious belief. I believe the Big Bang, but you can't technically prove that it happened. I mean, at least in the way that we believe, but it's a pretty well known and believed hypothesis. But I
Well,
mean, you
yeah,
also,
but
as a scientist, you have to have faith that it existed in the first place. Right? I mean,
well,
it's the same
yeah,
thing
but
that,
we
like,
can explain how the Big Bang led to
other
any.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's how science works. I'm just saying, but you have
Yeah,
to have faith
because-
in that one stepping stone.
Yeah,
that is the
yeah.
Big Bang. But what if there's something that we haven't seen yet that explains stuff like the Big Bang that we just haven't seen yet because we had just hasn't a theory better than the Big Bang hasn't proposed it to us yet. We think the Big Bang and we make it fit our narrative because that's what makes the most sense to us. And as humans, we like to find sense of things, but that doesn't necessarily mean that what we found so far is law.
Well,
That's
no,
what a
no.
hypothesis is.
Yeah, that's why nobody says that the Big Bang is actually.
But all scientific law and theory is based off of the Big Bang because that's the most widely believed hypothesis.
Because
that
it's
doesn't
also
necessarily
the
mean-
one with the most scientific thought put into it. You know, like
Right, but that
P-
doesn't
they
necessarily
didn't
mean
just.
that it's fact.
Well, yeah,
All of our
I
facts
know.
are based off of it.
No,
you know
no,
what
I-
I mean? It's
I'm just saying that we base our ideas off of it because it's been so widely talked about. It's been like all of our we can explain how the Big Bang led it to event, and we can explain why the increase in entropy will eventually lead to the universe dying. Because
from our point of view,
well,
from what we understand.
well, yeah, but from our observation, there has never been. We know that entropy, can decrease, but it's rare and it can only happens in small pockets because it's been tested. We have empirical evidence and fact to back that
Have we
up.
tested something as large as the Big Bang?
No.
So
But
we
that
can't recreate that exact moment.
I've never said that we could.
No, but that's what I'm saying is we've tested smaller things and we've made the assumption that stuff like that can only happen in smaller units. But like, used to say that in something as big as the universe collapsing or expanding or so. I'm not well versed enough in this stuff but I'm just trying to pick your brain. Like, I think humans have barely peaked or picked apart the brilliance that they could accomplish, and that's why I find it very dangerous and borderline arrogant to assume that anything that we know or think right now as fact is because, like, we have just barely gained sentience as a dominant species in a way that matters in the last 2,000 years. I don't think that that's enough time to really say definitively one way or another that we have cracked the code on certain things, like the Big Bang or the beginning of the universe. Even if all the evidence that we have suggests that so far, because I mean, I don't know if all of the evidence that we have is really worth a lot in the grand scheme of, you know what I mean?
I guess I'm going off of how yeah, we can't say for sure anything we know is correct or that we know anything at all. But we can say with we have it's hard to say when I don't have the words really to describe. But it's just that, like the science that we know is like, like some people say that math is a discovery and not a creation, but it's created so that way we could understand the universe. So math is a consequence, not a
Existence.
yeah, and not a creation made by humans. It's just
Yeah, it kinda
it's
reminds me-
our way of interpreting the universe.
I think there's a Rick and Morty episode where it's just like how humans have discovered or based their existence off of math, but there's another species that did that based on like music or something like that. And it kind of puts into perspective, like stuff like that was just the route that we as humans took.
Yeah.
Everything was, like math and science.
Like our version of math exists to help us understand the universe, but like any other species out there could create something else to understand the universe. But they would, under all like all thoughts and ideas, lead to the same thing.
That a 2 +
Because-
2 would always equal 4.
Well, yeah, but that that's like thinking too math like.
Right.
I'm just saying to describe the universe that we know.
Stars,
Because
bulb, yes.
yeah, like
No
sure,
matter, 2 + 2
math
equals 4.
math is something we teach in high school to do I mean, we don't teach it to do taxes. We teach it to be useless, but but in large part, the math is literally just English, or like the language of the universe, rather than
Right. As we understand it, it's
Yeah.
our translation of the universe.
yeah. And so far, there's not much reason to believe that there's a whole lot besides the quantum part of it. But at that point, we're not at math. We're at a deeper level that we haven't made the language to describe it yet.
And I guess that's kind of like what my issue is. It's just like I don't think that we are advanced enough to say one way or the other that anything is certain.
Well, yeah, but at any point in history, you can say that we're not advanced enough.
Maybe, but I mean, like, we still have, as long as we are a race that discriminates against each other, fellow humans, based on something as trivial as skin color, I don't think we're ever going to be advanced enough to say anything for certain based on, like, how the universe operates. I think we're too primitive to say definitively. Obviously, I'm not saying that, like, you can't discredit scientists because there's some racist hillbillies, but I'm just saying, as a whole, species-wise, I think that just speaks to how primitive we are as a species, that we just aren't there enough to describe accurately things like the universe, or, stuff that complex. I'm gonna go down here, I think, on the staircase.
This gun isn't bad, but it eats through ammo.
Which one?
FG-42.
That's what I was trying to use as well. It's really not that awful, and you have to reload all the time. I feel like it's like every time I go to shoot, I need to reload.
Where's the trap button?
It's on the other side.
I got Velcroed. Nah, we are just terrible at this map.
Yeah, this map, I don't know if this is it. We got top 20. That's about it.
Yeah.